Well, welcome back, everyone. If you've been with us from the start of our broadcasting this morning, you would have seen an excellent first game of football between Linfield and Cliftonville. It's the NIYFA Cup Finals taking place here just off the Ormer Road at Rosario. And our second game is an under-12s clash between Ballynahinch Olympic and top of the hill Celtic. To the uninitiated, Ballynahinch Olympic, very Aston Villa or West Ham-esque with their kits, and of course top of the hill Celtic, the traditional green and white hoops. 25 minutes each way, plus 5 penalties at the end of 50 if we don't have an outright winner. And our teams presenting themselves for, as usual, the traditional photographs and of course the introduction to each other. The first affair was fought keenly and competitively, and we do hope for pretty much more of the same in our exportee in association with Subway coverage all afternoon, it has to be said. So many games taking place, so many finals, as you will hear some of the bleed over from the other games taking place. A referee with both captains in the middle tossing the coin, a bit of a wayward toss, but we do have a decision to make. I do have a player lineup. I'll give that to you shortly. Both teams swapping round, looking like Ballynahinch won the initial toss. And deciding to swap around. And final chance for the young captains to offer inspiration to their teammates and traditional team huddles as we get ready to get the game underway. And I'm your commentator this afternoon. That's me. It's my wee graphic just popped up there to let you know who I am. Less of me and more on these young individuals on the pitch who, without a shadow of a doubt, not only will remember this game, but have probably been looking forward to it for the last week or so. And perhaps tinged with sleepless nights as well, as our referee prepares to get the game underway. Celtic on the attack, nice and early doors. Keeper, I'm not quite sure what the keeper was doing there. But Matthew Hanna in goal for Ballynahinch, being asked questions early on. Now player lineups as follows. Let's start off with Ballynahinch. In goal, Hanna, McCulloch, Craney O'Hare, Rory McGinn, Young. No place in the starting 9 for Fitzpatrick. He starts from the bench. We've got Mooney and Mullen. Jason Mills completing the 9-man lineup for Ballynahinch. Yes, I did say 9-man lineup. At a younger level, we do have 9 men participating on just the 25 minutes per half. Celtic again showing nice and early doors, and this time Ballynahinch able to clear the ball a little bit better than previous. The lineup now for top of the hill Celtic. It's Carlin in goal for the Hoops. Jake Little, Conor Gillespie, Deary, Ward, Clifford and Jake Deary. Not to be confused with Lachlan Deary, who I've just mentioned. Martin, McFeely, Menon and Docherty complete the lineup for Celtic. First free kick of the afternoon, deliberate trip. Not too much elevation in that free kick. And Celtic break again this time. I think the player was in an offside position. Referee agrees, blows the whistle. Celtic look like they've settled the better of the two. Matthew Hannah for Ballynahinch put his foot through the ball here and send this deep and long. Ballynahinch come into this cup final with form which is probably best described as patchy, winning just 3 from their last 5 games. Hoping that they can give a better account of themselves today. There's Docherty. Initially losing out, but winning a free kick from Craney. Well, the Celtic players urged to take it quickly, but they're quite determined to do things their own way. Looks like Jake Little is going to take this free kick. Little steps up, drives it towards the back post. Neither a shot nor a cross at the end of the day. And a relief, Matthew Hannah. So the fact the keeper's wearing a cap would indicate that the sunshine is playing its part here at Rosario. It's just off the Ormer Road in Belfast. Lovely sunny day. Plenty of parents and friends turning up to see the finals. Quite comfortable there for Hannah. Luke McCulloch take the throw in for Ballynahinch. The first corner of the game for Ballynahinch. Jensen Mills winning it. A chance for Ballynahinch to put some pressure here on the Celtic goal. Egan Carlin will have to be on his A game here, the keeper for Celtic. The ball comes in. Bit of an outswinger, quite easily cleared by Celtic, who look to spring a counter-attack, bringing the ball out from deep in their own half. Oh, great play. That was initially a nice run. Celtic stringing a few clever passes together. Here's Doherty. Doherty lays the ball off. And there's a shot from the left foot. Keeper unable to hold it. Good save at the second attempt. And that was Martin firing a shot away with enough venom to sting the palms of Matthew Hanna. Keeper couldn't hold the ball. He saved it again at the second attempt, but good play by Celtic. Now it's Ballynahinch looking to spark a counter-attack, but good pressing by Celtic. They've won another corner kick, this time on the far side. Clifford's going to take this. It doesn't really clear the first man. It was easy cleared by McCulloch. McGinn loses out. Again showing a clean pair of heels as Celtic pressing again. Celtic got a player down, referee looking at it at the moment. He might blow his whistle, keeping an eye on it. Eventually, and rather gingerly, the Celtic player helps himself to his feet. And Celtic have won another corner. Celtic players queuing up at the edge of the 18-yard box. The corner taken short. Possibly not one of their finest corners, Celtic. McGowan, who did take a bit of a knock earlier on there, is hoping to run that off. Doherty already seeing plenty of the ball out on this right wing. Doherty still fighting hard, wins a throw in for Celtic. I'm sort of conflicted here, referring to the boys in green and white hoops as either top of the hill or Celtic. To all intents and purposes, I'll just go with Celtic, shall I? And nice to see Ushie McGowan has run off that injury and keen to get back into the thick of things. And it's a little blonde player there. Well, I don't kind of mean literally, but not one of the smallest on the pitch by a stretch. Good recovery. The referee thought about blowing the whistle. That was initially an optimistic ball forwards, which turned out to be quite a good pass from the number 6 for Ballynahinch, Young. Well, a second bite at the cherry there for Doherty. Oh, here comes Mullen. Play broken up. Broken up well, it has to be said, by McGowan. On an early touch of the ball for Carlin and goal for Celtic. Young pops the ball forward. And Celtic able to clear, able to work the ball out. The ball's popped up the wing, and again Ballynahinch having to work very hard And the keeper gets down after clever work by Ewan O'Hare, the captain for Ballynahinch. Ballynahinch with a throw in, going to be taken quickly by Mills. Decides to leave it for number 9, Mullen.
You have to go and engage, Owen. You have to go make the tackle, son. Walking in the halfway line.
As I mentioned in the previous game, a great way for parents to not keep tabs, but just watch the progress and see how their particular young man's getting on in this final. There really has been a terrific turnout of family and friends right here at the Ormer Road in Belfast, and although this this final is down as the home game for Ballynahinch Olympic, both sets of players, I'm sure, are quite comfortable, and home advantage not being a thing really. Although it has been stated it is a home tie for Ballynahinch. Now here comes Celtic again, pressing. The ball just flashing by the side netting.
Right in the back, Matthew, you're too low. You're too low. Get right in the back. Get right in the back.
McGowan making strides forward, lays the ball off. McGowan gets it back again. Steps inside, perhaps thought he should have had a free kick. He has been in the wars so far this morning, McGowan. And the ball breaks again. Ballynahinch working hard in the middle of the defence there in the 18-yard box. Celtic winning back possession of the ball again. Pressing forward. Instructions being issued from the sidelines.
Look to get it back, look to get the ball. Balance in. Go, boys, get across. How you going? Owen, if it's coming, you have to be there. No, Oliver. Take a pass. Take a touch. Come on, Oliver. Hard. Right, lock on again. Come on, get him in. Get him in.
Not entirely sure who's shouting the most from the sidelines. Oh dear. Plenty of instructions being issued, that is for sure.
You have to be stronger. Joel, up and take the throw, Joel. Stand up, Freddy, stand up! Lock on again! Owen, here! Joel, get your man!
Yeah, referee right on hand. The referee, incidentally, today is Brian O'Kane. Very professional looking, turned out well, our referee. That was a long way out for a punt at goal. Probably one of the easier catches this afternoon for Matthew Hanna. McGowan. Oh, that's a good find. Ball crossed in towards the back post. Keeper gets a bit on it. It's off the bar. And the ricochet just coming out. Celtic haven't given up on it. It's another striking goal, eventually gathered up by Hannah. First clear-cut opportunity and a tremendous strike on goal. Ballynahinch saved by the crossbar. Almost 1-0 to Celtic. Just over 16 minutes in. Well, that was Denson Mills in an advanced position for Ballynahinch. But again, Celtic able to defend their lines, and Ballynahinch with the throw in this near side. And Carlin pops the ball forward, but well, again, Celtic working very hard out of possession. Good feet from Martin. Martin finds McGowan. McGowan trying to feed the ball out this right hand side. And that should be another corner kick for Celtic. Tyler Craney working very hard for Ballynahinch. His defensive duties. And that'll be a free kick. That's a deliberate push on the back. And once again, it's young McGowan who's been in the war so far. First two occasions, he didn't win a free kick. Definitely seems to be a bit of a target. I'm not sure whether it's his blonde hair that's making him stand out, but he is drawing a certain amount of attention from the Ballynahinch players. And McGowan himself's going to take this. Let's see what he can do. Over the top of the wall. Well, he went to try and get the ball over the top of the wall. It just bounced back, but Celtic given another opportunity to take a corner here. This is good pressing by the Hoops, if I'm allowed to call them that. Corner driven in, plenty of pace in the ball. Another corner. A succession of corners here for Celtic. They're doing all the pressing at the moment, just outside the 10-minute mark in the first half, as in 10 minutes to go. Corners taken again, driven towards the back post. Keeper got a little bit on it. Oh, good feet, good feet. Oh, and it's the opening goal. What a strike from absolutely out of nowhere. The Celtic have taken the lead. Top of the hill, Celtic. The goal coming on a 20 minutes. Let me confirm the goal scorer for you in a second. But that was an absolute rocket. Now, based on their form coming into this game, one would have top of the hill Celtic as favourites in this game. They were heavily beaten their last game in the league, Turin thumping at the Hoops by 4-0. Absolutely no relevance to this cup final today, though. Oh, we've got it all here at Rosario this morning. We can actually hear the samba drums breaking out in the background. Although our little part of the world not renowned for having samba drums, it's usually the beat of another drum. But at the moment we're marching to the beat of Celtic's drum. Ballynahinch look to try and get back into this game. It's breaking kindly for Celtic again, but goalkeeper young Hannah able to gather the ball up. I'm pretty sure the Celtic goal scorer was O'Minin. Again, Celtic doing all the pressing, all the running, and they've just won another corner, a succession of corners. I make it, this is their 6th corner as they press in search of that second goal. Just gives them a little bit more comfort if they can get one on the edge of half time. And as of yet, Ballynahinch unable to get into the game. They may have something here though. All optimistically stroked forward by their number 7, Joseph Fitzpatrick. Just Celtic seemed quickest to the ball, and that was thumped forward, although no problem for Hannah. Celtic side do have plenty of goals in them. They've managed to score 12 from their last 5 outings. McGowan, good play, strong play. Young McGowan running over to take the throw in. Decides to leave it. Feints before laying the ball off. And they've obviously decided to take advantage of the sun shining down, and there's another long ball. A bit of a wasted effort really. No problem again for Hannah. So the referee, right on the 25-minute mark, has blown the whistle. It is half-time, and at the moment it's top of the hill Celtic 1, Ballynahinch Olympic FC 0, and we will be back shortly with the second half.
We'll have to press the ball together. Danny Hutton, energy, Lima, right? Energy all over the park.
Listen up. Listen up. You're going to come out now hard. Das. They're going to come out now. All bunch guys. First 5 10 minutes. Alright? Keep your positions. Stay to the ship. Play a bit of football. Alright? Take. That's enough.
Hard, Danny, hard, you want hard. Not the play. Go on, Danny, get a hold of the ball, son. Can we get in the box? Good. Give a hit. Out of way, just away. Go win the ball, Joel. Come across, Potty. Good, Potty. Take it on. Good, Ian, good boy. Keep going, keep going.
Welcome back, everyone, as we prepare to get the second half of this game underway. 25 minutes each way, as I say at the start of every game, but sometimes when you just join us late, not something that you would know offhand. 9-a-side game for the young lads, the under-12s. Although in this particular case, these young lads are under 11. It is a cup final. We're at Rosario, just off the Orme Road. And Celtic, well, they have a slender 1-goal advantage as we prepare to get the second half underway. And the referee acknowledging right and left, everybody ready. And it's game on. Second half in which Ballynahinch are going to have to work very hard. They were second best for the majority of that first half. And just some of the teams, the top of the hill, Celtic, have managed to beat on their way to this final. In the semi-final, it was Tamari Athletic. They beat 2-1 on the way to the final. They also disposed of Armagh City, Mountjoy, Cookstown and Maiden City, who they beat quite convincingly by 4-0. Yeah, referee spotting an infringement there. He's given Ballynahinch a free kick. There's only one way Hannah can dispose of this. The goalkeeper, I have a feeling he's going to drive this deep into that Celtic box. There it goes. We've quite easily cleared. No Ballynahinch player within sight of the ball. And that's one of very few touches for Carlin in goal for Celtic. Referee saying that he believes that was a foul throw. Even at this level, even at grassroots level, the rules are the rules. And I can't stress enough how impressed I am with the level and all-round organisation and work that's put into these games by the NIYFA. And as I mentioned earlier on in the other game, a lot of hard work going on behind the scenes as we just watch another interesting foray forward there by top of the hill Celtic. Yeah, that did look like a free kick, and again McGowan the recipient, but the referee disagreed, as is we'll have another throw into Celtic. The ball popped into the 18-yard box. Ballynahinch clearing. Martin easily gobbled up by Hannah. This time the keeper able to get plenty of length, finding it easier to kick the ball out of his hands than off the ground. McGowan again making a nuisance of himself. McGowan laying the ball off for the goal scorer. Meaning that'll be a free kick for the foul on Ethan Young.
If you're going to go out, Mark.
Yeah, that's a captain, you know her. Doesn't drive the ball long. He had a player in attendance, and that was number 8, Mooney. Mooney tried to thread a ball through there. It was play broken up, and Celtic on the attack here. Well, that was a good counter, but a timely challenge from Tyler Creaney. He just managed to get a leg in there, and the ball ending up in the arms of a grateful goalkeeper, Matthew Hanna. Good turn of play and into the side netting. Celtic have a corner this time from this left side. Celtic looking for that elusive second goal. Keeper got a hand of that. Punch is clear. And there's a shot charged down. It's all a wee bit frantic in the 8-yard box there. Eventually Ballynahinch do manage to get the ball somewhat clear. But again, as was the case in the first half, it's Celtic who are pushing on. Yeah, two defenders in attendance here for Ballynahinch should shepherd the ball out okay. Well, Ballynahinch will be feeling that there is a way back. There's still plenty of time. And they just don't seem capable of manufacturing any kind of effort on goal. It's hard to remember whether the Celtic goalkeeper, Carlin, has had to make any sort of save. McGowan, shoulder to shoulder, and again McGowan will shrug that off. He's a little bit stiff this evening, the young lad. He has been manhandled quite a bit by the Ballynahinch defence. Has to be said, fair play to him. It hasn't stopped him from getting involved, and he has seen plenty of the ball, the young lad wearing 33 for Celtic. And again, Celtic manufacturing another corner kick and more pressure on this Ballynahinch defence. What can Celtic conjure up this time? The ball comes in driven towards the back post. And unable to make contact with the ball. Hard-working Celtic have won possession back again. Martin. Man in the goal scorer, losing out this time, and this is better from Ballynahinch. Mullen.
Matthew, come forward. There we go.
James Mooney going to take the throw in. This Ballynahinch encouraged to get men forward. Throw in coming from Mooney. A good interception by Mooney. McFeely rather. Kept his eye on the ball, did exactly what his teammates required of him. The number 9 for Celtic. Well, I make this the 10th or 11th corner for, maybe it's not as many as that. Either way, it's another opportunity for pressure inside the Ballynahinch box. Corner comes in. Again, the keeper able to get a fist on it. Just one would imagine that anything in the air the Ballynahinch keeper is going to get his hands to. And that'll be a free kick to Ballynahinch. Arms in the air from the Celtic players. Totally disagree, but our referee, Mr. Kane, decided otherwise.
Back the wall. Come on, Joe.
Well, it's a rare free kick for Ballynahinch, but it is a chance. Getting instructions from the side, he decides to leave it. And it looks like O'Hare coming forward to take the ball. Strikes it, drives it in. Easy pickings for Carlin. Carlin looking to spark a counter-attack for Celtic. Doesn't find anyone, however.
Put it on, boy. Put it on, more. Come on, put it on.
Again, Mooney with a throw in. Goes short. Looked offside. The referee happy enough to let play continue. I'm not entirely sure, although the referee disagreed, but I thought Mooney, in shielding the ball, had more interest than the Celtic player, but did his job, and the referee decided totally legally, and it's just a goal kick for Ballynahinch. Referee blowing there and having a word with some of these young lads. A little bit of dissension starting to creep in as they disagree with the referee's decision. Well, that's a good ball into the box. The goalkeeper, a bit of a mess of it, and it's the equaliser. Well, for the first time, Egan Carlin in goal has put a foot wrong. He made a bit of a mess of it, and that allowed Ballynahinch to get back into the game. Now we have a tie on. It's just over 10 minutes to go. Ballynahinch have manufactured a way back into this game. And Celtic did make a bit of a mess of it. And now we're going to see what they're made of. Do Celtic have a reply? It's taken Ballynahinch quite some time to get back into the game, but maybe now that they are, they might have just a little bit more in the tank. We shall see. It's going to be McGowan to take this free kick for Celtic. Celtic flood the Ballynahinch defensive area. Let's see what McGowan can do. I think we're going to have a change here. It's Ethan Young. Looks like he's receiving a little bit of treatment, possibly just a drink. Now the referee's got a decision to make. You're either going to change a player or get him up and let him get on with it, and that will be the end of play for Ethan Young. Now we're into the final 10 minutes of this game. Now just for a moment it opened up there for top of the hill Celtic, but just as quickly as the opening appeared, the door was firmly slammed shut. And that's another deep kick from the goalkeeper. Oh, and that almost caught the Carlin out. I thought he tipped that over, but he mustn't have got anything on it. But hey, that was a good effort from the Ballynahinch goalkeeper. Hannah just decided to pop the ball long. Almost got his reward. Oh, here comes Celtic. That's a good run. Perhaps just tried to take on too much in the end. Lots of encouragement being offered from the sidelines. Ballynahinch pressing. Do they have a winner in them? Winning a corner. Luke McCulloch. How can he conjure up with this set play? Well, the ball could have been absolutely anywhere. Gets a second bit at the cherry, and that was a chance. They're just unable to make contact with the ball, but applauding that long sort of searching pass. Initially not finding what he wanted from the corner, but second time around, Luke McCulloch sent a terrific ball towards the back post as we watch McGowan trying to break out for Celtic. And Ballynahinch creeping into the game towards the latter stages. This one could go either way. Throw in Ballynahinch. And again.
Don't let them get out. Tackle, boys. Come on. Go win that.
Oh, good play from McGowan. Just get the impression that the final ball just letting Celtic down. They do the initial part of the move, goes like clockwork, but just the vital stage, at the end stage of the move, play breaks down. And that's a throw into Celtic. Just under 5 minutes left in the tie. And of course, this being a final, we will have a little bit of extra time and then we'll have penalties. So there is a little bit of time for one of these sides to find a winner from somewhere. I'm not sure if that was an effort or a clearance. Either way, straight down the throat of Carlin. Grateful. Egan Carlin is deciding this time to go short. Ooh. Actually heard that tackle going in. I'm pleased to say no ill effect to the Celtic player, but they have won a free kick, looking to get on with it. Jake Little will send this long. Out comes the goalkeeper over the keeper's head. At least I thought that's what was going to happen, but Hannah made it look easy in the end. Jake Little first to get his head on the ball. Pressure in the later stages from Ballynahinch. Bit of a wasted throw in there. Celtic able to clear.
Go to the ball, Joel. Go to the ball, son. Great, Joel. Well done, man. Far too easy, boy.
Good job.
Great, Martin. Great, Jim. Better fighting. Come on, let's just go. Up against
So the question is, do one of these sides have a goal in them as we enter the last few minutes of which has been an entertaining game of football? For the under 12s of Ballynahinch Olympic and Top Hill Celtic. Is there a hero in the ranks of either side? There's a shot from distance. Not going to trouble the goalkeeper with that. That was a bit of a waste. And these long balls, which have been pretty much the weapon of choice for the Ballynahinch goalkeeper, coming to nothing on that occasion. That was a decent kick. There's a shot, the back post. Almost came to something. I think Celtic have a corner kick chance late in the game for Top of the Hill Celtic. One each. Keeper dropped it. Danger hasn't gone. Celtic still playing hard, working hard to try and find a winner in the latter stages of the game. A little bit scrappy, but Ballynahinch have cleared. Trying to spark a counter-attack. Nice passage of play. We want a free kick, I think. Is the referee giving a free kick or perhaps just a throw-in? Nope, throw-in. Almost out of time in this final. The referee gives Celtic a free kick. Final opportunity. Ball's going to get hoisted. Referee just... So, final chance in normal play. Driven in towards the box, headed clear. Referee thinks about blowing time. Possibly allowing a minute of extra play here. Eventually Ballynahinch clear. It's going to come right back at them again. That's a shot from distance. Keeper manages to just turn that one round the bar. Not sure if it would have crept in. Keeper couldn't take any chances. Decides to save and push it round. Final corner of the game for Celtic. Everyone's forward. Can they find a winner? Last kick of the ball, driven in towards the back post. Headed effort. Comes to nothing. And we're into what the referee has decided to add on. One would feel that is it as far as normal time goes. And the referee has drawn the game to, well, not so much a close, but he has blown the whistle at full time. So at this level, the game, 25 minutes each way. It's a team of under 12s, which consists of 9 players, first 9 players. And it's also the final of a hardly fought competition. Now, you have to have an outcome one way or the other. But it's also a chance for a word in the ears of the players from each particular coach. Motivational speech, perhaps a change of tactics. And in the back of his head, he will be thinking about penalty kick takers. and who his stronger players are when it goes down, if it goes down to a lottery, which the label a lot of people use when they're referring to penalty kicks. I get a lot of friends that actually love watching penalty kicks, and if you really look at it, everyone neutrals when they're not watching your preferred team. It's always an exciting climax to a game. Now referee gets ready to get the first period of extra time underway. Final checks. And again, tossing up. Well, we're staying as is. And one would imagine 10 minutes each way. A bit of a false start. McCown over King. It's in itself not a flaw, but perhaps something more accustomed to a motorcycle race or a bicycle race than a football match. Referee restarts the game. And Ballynahinch did well to get back into the match. It did look, for all intents and purposes, that Celtic were going to hold out and win the game by 1-0, but well done Ballynahinch. They got themselves back into the game. Do they have enough now to go on and win the final? Oh, it's a dreadful miss kick. You don't want to see that one again. Greeny, second bite of the cherry, drives the ball towards the back post of the hard-working, top of the hill Celtic defence. Ballynahinch keeper clears the ball. McGowan's won himself a free kick. The referee holds up play. McGowan keen to get on with it as usual. The young lad has put himself about this afternoon as he backs towards our cameraman. Oh, effort just over the bar. Good play by McGowan initially. Stumbles, manages to get control of the ball again. Well, here's danger for Ballynahinch. That's a wayward effort. Come closer to hitting a tree there than hitting the goal. And another one of those efforts that will not want to replay too much in his mind afterwards. Matthew Hanna, he's going to drive this one long again. A tactic that he's used all afternoon doesn't really come off this time. Absolutely no distance on the goal kick from the keeper. The referee penalising again for a foul throw. And obviously something that shouldn't happen, happens more than we actually see the whistle blown for. I've actually seen quite a lot of professional footballers doing foul throws on a regular basis, and it's not something that's really penalised that much at the highest level. But I think it happens a lot more than what people think. Ballynahinch doing a bit of pressing here. McGowan lays the ball off to his teammates. Martin. McGowan picks it up again, tries to step inside. There was a shot from distance, worth an effort, worth a punt from a brave distance out. Doesn't come to anything though. And again, Matthew Hanna, happy enough to just watch the ball sailing high, wide, and not so handsome over his bar. And the referee blows time on the first slice, if you like, of extra time. And still, we await a winner. Ballynahinch Olympic FC 1, top of the hill Celtic 1. Edging towards penalties. And perhaps time now for the coaches of each team to come up with a plan. 5 penalties and then we carry on until someone misses. Our referee is eager to see the start of the second half. It's a really packed agenda today. So many games of football taking place right here at Rosario off the Ormo Road. We await the second period of extra time. And away we go. This game edges just a little bit closer to penalty kicks. Egan Carlin gets Celtic on the move forward again. Doherty loses out. Dockerley going shoulder to shoulder there. Looks like Celtic have won a goal kick. Thought for a moment it was going to be a corner, but advantage Celtic. This is not the time for a mistake. Quite a lot at stake for these young lads. Here comes Celtic. That's good play. Twists one way, then the other. Doherty. The ball ending up with Hannah again. The move comes to nothing. As Doherty tried to find a teammate. It's another move that breaks down. Now Celtic have a man over here. And this is an interesting move. Look, oh, I'm not sure that was the wisest decision. Went for goal, went for glory. Didn't come off. I think Celtic have got a corner kick though. Another chance to flood men forward. What can they do this time around? Ball driven in high towards the back post. No one there. Ballynahinch should clear. It'll be a throw in. I thought for a moment it was going to open up for young McGowan, who for his performance today would be totally worthy of getting a goal or getting on the scoring sheet, but referee is spotting some pulling there as he makes it quite clear the reason why he's given a free kick to Celtic. Three-man wall. What can Celtic do? Lobbed over the wall, headed clear. Fired back in again. Offside, referee blows. Another move comes to nothing. Another chance goes begging. And the prospect of penalty kicks looms even closer. McGowan. Celtic do another pressing in the latter stages of the game. Another effort trickles harmlessly past the post. Most of the work coming from Celtic at the moment. And one would imagine that this is going to be driven by Matthew Hanna deep into that Celtic half of the pitch. Here we go, time running out for a winner. Thumped forward. It's picked up by the Celtic midfield, and here they come again. Doherty. Yeah, Doherty fighting hard. He steps inside. Got a shot away. Wins the corner. The ball charged down by Rory McGinn. The ball deflecting and giving Celtic another chance to put one into the box in the dying stages of the game. Is there a winner out there? Here we go. The referee holds play up for a moment. He's in a bit of pulling and shoving going on in there and tells the young fellas to cut it out. Oh, it's a goal! And Celtic have got it. Almost the last kick of the game. And it's going to Celtic. They've surely won this final by the slenderest of margins. A young lad has ripped his shirt off, and I can't identify who the scorer of the goal was. However, it has gone to top of the hill Celtic, who were doing most of the pressing towards the end of the game, and surely now there is no way back for Ballynahinch. We were heading towards penalties, and that looks to be that it's really all about what the referee, who looks like he's going to book someone. Something's actually happened off the ball. As usual, our cameraman won't really focus on it, but the referee has brandished the card. He's put it away again. He's got it out this time. He's booking another Celtic player. I think it's Clifford who's going into the book. Eventually, Ballynahinch get the game underway. No time to spare. Despondency start to creep in. The referee has blown the full-time whistle. And the second of our presentations this afternoon has gone the way of top of the hill Celtic. They've won this game by 2-1. And it's the first of our under-12s games sorted out, and it has gone the way of top of the hill Celtic. They are the winners of this match. It did look like it was heading towards penalty kicks, but somehow Celtic found a winner. If you have stuck with us, much appreciate it. Lots of games taking place, and I'm going now to prepare for the next one.